Hey there, everybody. This is Ferris.
Hey, everyone. This is Caleb Lenoy.
And we would like to say welcome to the relaunch of Conversations with the Homecare Guyz.
Woo!
What's up, Caleb? Finally did it, man. We took a break for a while. A lot of things happening over here in the business world, but we realized that we had to come back to the table, man. We had to come back to the table.
Because everybody misses us, Ferris. Everybody misses us.
That's what we like to believe that. And so, man, it's super exciting to get back to the table, man. Super excited about actually getting back to the conversation, because I think that a lot of things that's going on in the world today, a lot of things going on in the senior care industry today, it needs to be talked about. And we need to have a transparent dialogue with this, and a lot of things that we're face up with. I want to make sure that we're enlightening our audience as well. So, man, I'm super excited about this, man.
I'm so excited just to get back into this. You know, we initially started off with, filming in your basement.
Yep.
And now we're back at our facility in Millersville. And so this is our dry run of our studio, which we're actually building out. And so you all going to see, the audience, our fans are going to really see as we transition into different studios and different setups for our podcast. So I'm super excited, man.
Yeah,
super excited.
Dude, so let's kind of talk about kind of the flow of Conversations with the Homecare Guyz.
Right.
What everyone can expect when they're tuning in each week. Where our goal is to go through and actually have 2 episodes per week, so that we can go through and just have that conversation. I think that's going to be a time where when you're driving home, or you're waking up in the morning, or you're taking a break, or walking around, getting a little exercise, I think that's going to be an opportunity for you to take those 20 minutes to get enlightened, engaged, and just educated on a lot of things going on. So we're going to be talking about some trending topics.
Yeah.
This is the part where it's going to be fun. So
I think I love the trending topics.
Yeah, I think that's the most exciting part.
I've recently just started looking on Google and looking at different Twitter accounts and just figuring out what's trending. And so we're going to talk about trending topics. We're going to talk about, just like you said, different topics that are going to be beneficial to you for your disabled child, for your senior, for your disabled adult, for anyone in your community that may need or benefit from home care or different healthcare services in general. And so let's go into the trending topic while we're here. We all know that this young lady who's actually they're ending their season with Keeping Up with Kardashians. So
man, you know what? I really never kept up with them.
You never really kept. I love the show, believe it or not. I used to watch it religiously.
Yeah, I think I was more interested in what's the producer's name? Ryan Seacrest. I'm like, Ryan, okay. It was crazy that he started off in American Idol as a
He was the host. He was the host of American Idol.
American Idol. Now he's like the EP, the executive producer of the Kardashians. So that means he actually. He's the top guy.
He built the empire. So we know Kim Kardashian is the trending topic right now on Twitter and Google. And I just thought about Kim. So let's do a recap of Kim. Kim has built a $1 billion industry with the Skims shapewear line, as well as a $1 billion industry with Kim Kardashian West beauty supplies. And so this young lady is just amazing. And I just thought about, she's 40 years old, and what would Kim be doing at 65? We're in the senior market in the industry in our healthcare. I'm like, what would Kim be doing? So Ferris, I want to give me a thing that you think Kim Kardashian will be doing at 65.
My prediction for Kim Kardashian at 65.
I think she'll be Botox though. She probably have a lot.
Definitely, of course.
She will look fabulous at 65.
Definitely. I think that right there. I think she's gonna fade off. I think definitely the Kanye West season is I think it's over. I don't really keep up with them, so I think that's about over. I think at 65, she would be settled. I don't expect another tape from her. I don't expect that. Okay. I think those days are over since she's a mother. I would say hopefully she'll be finished law school. I think that was one of her ambitions.
That was her ambition.
I don't know. What do you think she's going to be doing?
Well,
you think she's going to be driving a minivan?
Oh, you know what? I think they will probably be one of those Rolls Royce Jeeps.
Okay.
So she would that's probably the lowest she would go to, a minivan.
I can see her in a Dodge Caravan.
I don't think I see Kim in a Dodge Caravan.
With the doors that fold back.
I see Kim at 65. Definitely, she will. I think her influencer mark will probably stop within the next probably 5 to 10 years, because everybody else is becoming a socialite or an influencer. Mm-hmm. But I do feel that while we're talking about senior market, Kim, there's a market for probably senior shapewear. Maybe that's something that she probably needs to create, because a lot of seniors still want to look great. And so I would say, Kim, come up with a beauty line for seniors as well as a shapewear for seniors.
I've when I'm on Instagram and everything, the the idea of a grandma and the idea of a senior, there's two different things, because grandmas, they're about my age. They're 38, 39, 40.
You got some
a senior, that's one thing we're going to be talking about as well today is when do you become a senior citizen? Is it when you become a grandparent or actually the age? Because I think some people actually believe that becoming a senior citizen is actually when they retire. Okay. Some people have 62 in mind. Some people have 65 in mind. Right. Some people have 70 in mind. Right. But when do you become a senior citizen?
I think you become a senior between 60 and 65.
So when will you become one?
Oh, I am. I'm not gonna give you my age right now. But I am 35. I'm 35, so I'll become a senior in the next 30 years. So I'll be like 65 and 30.
Yeah. And that's one thing is I was looking.
How about you?
Me,
yeah, you knocking what, 50, 40?
I think I'm gonna be forever 38. So okay. Senior citizens, I don't see that coming anytime soon. Right. But I think about 65 definitely, because I want to take advantage of the benefits, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show as well. But being a senior, I think a lot of times it opened up doors for you. And I think it's an age where you feel achieved in something because you live 62, 65, 70 years, right. And so you've lived life a little bit. You should have some wisdom by the age of 65, 70. You shouldn't be doing the same thing that you're doing at 20 and 25. Right. And so I think a lot of wisdom comes in. I think at that point as well, you're starting to relax a little more in life. You're going to say what you want to say because whatever's on your mind is going to come out.
And time is so valuable. You realize the value. I have realized just growing up, I'm only 35 right now, but as the more that I get older, the older I get, the more time I realize is precious because, we're knocking toward, death. And so you want to make sure that, well, I guess, that's ultimately what it is. And so you want to value your moments and your time. A person probably at the age of 30 would value time differently from someone at age 80. And so I look at time so valuable right now, like everything I have to do, it has to be something purpose related. But I'm valuing time. I'm valuing my sleep. I'm valuing the time that I spend with family, my nieces, my nephews, even my, even my little pet, my dog Bella. So I'm valuing time. Time is so important.
And I think a lot of times, especially if you look at coming at 62, 65 or 70, coming to that senior citizen phase, just think about majority of a person's life is spent either they're in school, that's between 5 years old to 18. Then they're in college from 18 to 20 to 24. Then they're working. So they spend 30 years of working. So that's 24 to about 55, 60, 65. Right. That's been the whole life. So now at that point, you're at a 65, achieving senior citizenship. Now you achieve something where you should be able to relax a little bit. You should be able to breathe a little bit. You should be able to go through and actually really kick off your shoes and really go to work if you want to work. If you don't want to work, you shouldn't have to work because I think you've sacrificed majority of your life over that time and your health and everything and time away from family. So I think it's very important. But I think understanding or really orchestrating what it's going to look like when you're turning 62, 65, I think it's so important. Right. Because it sneaks up on us like, guys, I'm going to be 40 years old in the next after next year, I'm going to be 40. I'm like, dang, when did that happen? Yeah. So I have 20 years before I become a unofficial senior citizen. So I think it's now the time to go through and actually orchestrate that. And I think that's the conversations that we have to have is what will our senior citizen years look like? Because I think if we fail to plan those years, it's going to sneak up on us. Then we'll be looking like, okay, what's going on? I was just thinking about when you said that it's going to be proper planning. Mm-hmm. And so many families wait to the last minute, especially we see in our market here in Georgia, and definitely throughout the industries throughout the nation. But a lot of people when they have a incident or a stroke or some kind of severity with their health, they start to do the planning then. And so there's not proper planning throughout that time frame to either remove assets from their portfolio or to figure out the will and the trust and all these other things that are needed. And so it's all about proper planning. And so that's one thing that, as you become older, you want to make sure you start planning properly all of your expenses and what you want your life to be. Exactly. When you're 60, 65. And I think that's so important. We're going to just go and jump into this part of the conversation of the podcast where we're having the conversation, and this is where you may want to pull your pen and paper out. This is maybe you want to lean in a little bit closer to go through and listen to the conversation, because this is where the golden nugget is going to be dropped, because I think these are the type of conversations that people fail to have. And so let's stay on topic with this conversation. So let's talk about some of the conversations that we should be having with ourselves and some of the conversations we should be having with our aging loved ones as well. So looking back on it now, Caleb, or looking forward on it now, like approaching the age of 65, what will the 65-year-old Ferris tell the 38-year-old Ferris right now? The first thing that I would tell Ferris is to prepare for retirement.
Okay, I'm gonna write that one
Prepare
down.
financially for retirement, because if you don't want to go through and work the rest of your life to 75, 85, 90 years old, prepare financially for your retirement. What does that really mean? That means go through and look at where we are right now, make an assessment of where you are right now, and what type of lifestyle do you want to live at age 65? How much do I need to really bring in per month to live the lifestyle do I want to live? What needs to be paid off? Do I need to have my house paid off? Do I need to be buying that $70,000 car? What really needs to happen? Do I need to go through and start saving a nest egg? Do I need to make sure that my children's college is already taken care of? So that first conversation that I would have with my 65-year-old self is the financial talk is, what do I need to go through and do to prepare for that as well? What conversation would you have with yourself?
Okay, one question that I would ask myself is, am I around different healthcare professionals that I would need later on in life? And so I think that's a big deal for me, is definitely being in an area. I want to be in an area that has these specialties, like people that may have good heart surgeons, or pretty much a hospital that specializes in heart disease or cancer or whatever. And so whatever your background is in your health, you want to make sure that you're around like those different specialties, those hospitals, those specialists, those different type of physicians and programs that could benefit you in the long term. So that's one thing I would ask. Am I in a rural area that doesn't have a lot of these services, or am I in an area that really has plenty services that I can choose from?
Exactly. Another conversation I would have with myself is based off of family. So my thing is, family is so important, and it's the family dynamics, whether it be your nuclear family or your extended family, is so important as we age in place, because no one wants to be in an isolated area.
Right.
No one wants to go through and actually just transition on an island by themselves. So I would go through and actually start thinking about the things that I'm going to start building memories with the family. So go ahead and take that vacation. Go ahead and create those memories with those children. Go ahead and have the fun time with your parents, your loved ones. So I would go through and, as of now, make family important, because those are the things that you'll be able to cherish those moments later on down the line when you're 65, and you'll be able to share those moments with your grandchildren who wants to be around you, or be able to share the memories of your parents to your next legacy, or to your next generation. So I think family is so key. And I want you to wrap us up with one last conversation that you would have.
One last big one is definitely, I would say, make sure you get long-term care insurance. It's a few parts to this. Make sure you find out more about long-term care insurance, because there has been a lot of statistics that states that, the older we get, the more the seniors want to live in their homes. And so instead of going to the nursing home. And so you want to make sure you have the financial resources needed in order to stay and remain at home. So I would make sure that I get long-term care insurance. I will also remove any assets, especially if I'm on the borderline to qualify for a state program like Medicaid. I will definitely move my assets early. Definitely get your wills and trusts, everything in line. And so you want to make sure that whenever you expire, that you have all of your ducks in order, and that you have the resources to get any kind of services that you may need while you're in your golden years. And so I would just make sure that all of those financials and everything that I need to qualify for programs will be in order.
Yeah. Well, Caleb, I think that wraps it up right there. I think these are the conversations that we have to have. These are the conversations that you have to have with your loved one and with yourself, especially when it comes to caring for an aging loved one, or if you plan to live to an aging age to becoming a senior citizen as well. So Caleb, hey man, this relaunch of the Conversations with the Homecare Guyz, it's been amazing, man. I want you all to stay tuned, look out for our next announcements for our next shows. Stay tuned, Caleb. You're going to wrap it on up, man.
Well, I just want to say that, Bears, this is just great. Like I said, we're going to come in weekly to you guys, twice a week. We want to give out some great content. Also, you can check us out on Spotify as well as every other streaming platform for podcasts. And we just look forward to just enriching our community with great information.
Perfect. Well, there you have it, guys. This has been a conversation with the Homecare Guyz. Continue to stay tuned, and we look forward to hearing from you next time.
Peace.